On that note, we spoke to the regions and said that we want each region to shoot a video clip of them doing a battle cry, because we are going to battle with the market, with the hard market, and we want to see the battle cries that each region will be having, their rallying call, so to speak, as they go to the market and make sure that we are bringing in more numbers and we are winning the exciting prizes that you will be told about briefly. So on that note, I want us to look at the video clips from the different regions. We are starting off with Mount Kenya. They called themselves the Trailblazers. Their team captain is Bernard Mwanzia, so let's see what they came up with. Well done, Mwanzia and Mount Kenya region. Next, we go to Western Nyanza, team captain Bernard Obonyo. They are calling themselves the Gold Diggers. The Gold Diggers, let's see what you've got. Well done, the Gold Diggers. We now move on to Coast Region. They are calling themselves the Jabalis. That is a big unmovable rock. The team captain is Timothy Kirema. Let's see what they came up with. And the Jabalis. We now then move to Rift Valley. They call themselves the Titans. They decided not to think outside the box. Let's call ourselves the Titans. Jacqueline Kitinga is the team captain. Let us see what they came up with. Wow. That guy looks like he has already met his targets. That energy is infectious. All right, great. Let's move now to Nairobi South, which is led by Timothy Rintari as the team captain. They're calling themselves the Icons. The Icons there, Timothy Rintari, well done, and team. And last but certainly not least, we have the Game Changers. This is Nairobi North. The team captain is James Gidaiga. All right, well done, North. I think they have even mentioned all the branches, and it's continuing. It was supposed to be a 15-second clip, but I think now they have gotten into the mood. As you can see, it has gone on. Yeah. I'm raining on their parade. They wanted it to continue for quite a while. It's very nice to see the creativity that has come through from this. It's reminding me of the drama festivals when we were doing them. Actually, that last guy, the way he slid across the floor, I thought he would fall, but he had his game on. So thank you very much for the submissions. And we will be recognizing those teams who participated in that. That is a lot of creativity. It's a lot of energy. It's exactly the sort of energy that we need as we get into Q4 and as we start this wonderful and exciting campaign. And on that note, I want to introduce our General Manager for Retail Business Development, Njeri Jomo, to tell us more about this exciting campaign and also make her opening remarks. Njeri Jomo, over to you.
Thank you, Stanley, and good morning once again to the Titans, to the Game Changers, to the Jabalis. I want to make sure I don't miss any of them. To the Gold Diggers, Western Nyanza, who are the others? To the Icons, to Nairobi South. Congratulations to all of you. Even as we start, it is quite impressive just looking at what you've been able to do. Well done. Well done to each and every one of you. And to everyone who is on the call this morning, please type on the comments and tell us, which one are you? Which one of these 6 regions are you representing this morning? So that even when we do come to see what are you really going to be competing for this morning, that we'll be unpacking for you, we want to be able to see which team really are we representing. So if you are the Titans, indicate that you're the Titans. If you're one of the Game Changers, tell us you're the Game Changers and give us a comment. Are you one of those who will be winning this later as we go into this great, exciting campaign? So why are we here this morning? This morning, as we've been reflecting, the year has been challenging, but looking at the results, some of us have done exceptionally well, and we want to commend each and every one of you. There are those of us who may have struggled a bit here and there, but all of us have done a commendable job in getting the business to where it is today. And it is no secret that our financial advisor is our competitive strategy in this market. Our financial advisor is a key pillar for success for Britam as a business. So for you and for wherever you are, I think you can pat yourself on the back and let yourself know that you are important. And you are important to this business. And which is why even when we sit down, we plan, we conceptualize, we are really planning around you. And even what we'll be unpacking this morning will be exciting, really around making the sales environment better and easier for you. So a bit of background as to what we are trying to achieve as a business and how you fit in, even as we are going to be unpacking the incentives that we are going to be rolling out this morning. And as on your screens, I really want to talk about what are we really trying to achieve as Britam. Earlier this year, the group managing director rolled out, the group managing director spoke to our focus on the customer. And in a few minutes, I'll be introducing our customer experience director. Now, for us, the focus on the customer is everything. Customer in business is king. Now, when you look at today how we are structured as compared to how we were structured previously as a business, one of the things you begin to notice is the initial aspects of really making sure we are looking at the customer. We have a retail customer segment that makes sure we look at the customer as an individual, regardless of the product they want. We have a corporate segment that looks at the customer when they are corporate, when you talk to them on all lines of business, find opportunities to bundle, and that makes it a lot easier even for you as you speak to them. We have the emerging consumer segment that makes sure that you are able to continue to support your customers in these new emerging segments. Could it be the youth? Could it be very new areas where we could focus on? And last but not least, our partnership and digital that looks at new ways of which we could grow and scale our number of customers to grow our competitive edge as a business. Now, we today drive quite a range of business in which you have continued to take a very strong lead in driving. You're doing really well in driving health insurance, life insurance, motor, our non-motor profitable business, retirement planning, education, investment funds, for all of this. And where we have market leadership, it is because of the work we continue to do. But for us, it is the issue of customer being at the center of what we do. If the customer is at the center, we definitely stand to win, regardless of the changes or the turbulence that the market may experience. Now, if you look at all of these aspects and the customer, the person who meets our customer on day one is you. The person who engages the customer, gets them interested in our brand, is you. The person who advertises our brand, we could do a lot of marketing campaigns, but the person they meet is you. And therefore why our efforts are around making your sales journey easier, making the ground softer, having products that resonate with the market, equipping you. As you'll note, we've been doing Fagia Soko, funds that go around making sure we soften the market for you. Recently, we are also saying for new FAs who are joining, and I hope we have a couple of new FAs this morning, we are also making sure that from day one, when you are a new FA, we brand you. We give you a t-shirt, we give you a pen, we give you a notebook, because once you walk out that door, you are brand Britam and you're speaking for our business. And the last thing is we've also been really making sure that the incentive environment remains one that is supportive of you. And this is a commitment from us that it is something that we're going to continue doing together. So at this stage, I want to introduce our Customer Experience Director, Diane. She's going to be speaking about how they will support us. As you do the great job on the ground, there's also the aspect of saying, what do we do? What are we going to do within the business to make sure that you are supported? What are those things that we want to be able to do for you? Because as we roll out the campaign, we do want to make sure that without a doubt, that everything is working to make sure you succeed. So Diane, Karibu, and welcome and speak to our financial advisors.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Stanley. And thank you to all the teams. That was such exciting dances and performances that I've seen, and it just goes to tell the level of energy that we have out there. So I'm really looking forward to visiting you in your branches. I will be making some trips around the country over the next few months so that I can get to meet with you. As Jerry has introduced, I'm the new client experience, excuse me, the new client experience director. And what that means really is I'm here to advocate for the customer, to be the person who will always look out for the client. And I need you to help me with that. You are the face of Britam when you're out there, and you're the team that really interacts with our clients. You're the ones who talk to them on a daily basis. You're the ones who truly hear about what their experiences are with this great brand that we have called Britam. And so as we kick off this campaign, I think Jerry mentioned that the customer is at the center of everything that we do. And for us, the strategy is to delight our customers. But what exactly does that mean? Over the last 4 or 5 weeks since I joined Britam, I have been immersed in putting together a client experience strategy that will really help you to be able to reach out to the clients and help the entire organization to be able to truly focus on the customer, and for us to be able to build an organization that our clients out there will always talk about. I know we've had ups and we've had downs, and that is just the way life is. But we are here to support you with the leadership of Tava. He has put together a very strong and strategic vision of where he really wants to take Britam. And he's put together his team that will really help to support that and to also support you as you go out and you sell. To that end, over the next few weeks, as we begin to roll out the strategy, you'll get to hear more from us with regards to what does it mean to delight customers? What are the commitments that we are going to make as management to help you and to help the organization be a much better organization? I know there's many aspects that need to be fixed. There are systems that need to be fixed. There's processes that need to be fixed. There's people that need to be, mindsets that need to be changed as well. And all of that we're going to work through. But at the end of the day, everything that we do, the customer is at the center of it all. And so I'm very excited about the Battle of the Titans campaign. When I joined and I was told that we have this campaign that we need to roll out, I said, great, let's roll out the campaign. And when the campaign came to my desk for review, I said, we need to add something to it. We need to get something that will excite you, something that will make you want to go out and speak to our customers. And we'll be unveiling some of these great incentives over to you. And I challenge each and every one of you across the network to really put your best foot forward, because we are going out there, we're going to talk to the market. We have some great marketing campaigns and activations that are going to take place. I will speak briefly about how the operations are going to help, so that all of us are here to support you as you go out and sell our products and sell the Britam brand as well. Britam is a very strong brand. I've myself come from the banking industry. I was head of client experience at Standard Chartered Bank for the last 7 years before joining Britam. And so the insurance industry to me has been an industry that much as I've not worked in this Kenyan environment in insurance, the background that I still have around insurance, there's always the curiosity about what is happening in the insurance industry. And I'm happy to join Britam. We've looked at Britam, and from outside of Britam, I always knew that it was a strong brand. And so we have a strong brand, we have a strong heritage that we can leverage on as we go out to speak with our customers. Please keep in mind that Britam is the best brand out there. So in terms of convincing customers about who to go with from a brand perspective, I think Britam is at the top. What we need to do on our end is make things easier for you, okay? So over the next week, over the next few weeks, we'll be running this campaign through our TV channels, radio. We'll have activations on the ground, and some of you will be involved in that. And I know Jerry will go into some detail, and over the next few weeks also help to articulate what the marketing strategy is. The communication that is going out needs to be simplified so that our customers can understand insurance. Insurance is very complex. And what we have done in the past is use very technical language when we go out to tell our customers what the products that we have, the solutions that we have. But I think our strategy this time around is to really simplify the message out there so that it can get home, it can sync with our customers. From an operations perspective, being that operations now also sits within my docket, we're working with the teams to get them ready so that when you have the requests and the applications coming in, we're able to churn those out very quickly with no delays at all. And so we'll also be on top of that. I know from an IT perspective, there's a lot of asks from your end. There's a lot of asks from the table here as well. And our IT teams are working to enhance not only your portals, but also all the other platforms that we have, and to streamline the processes that we have here at the back end. So I don't want to spend too much time because I know you're all eager to hear what is the Battle of the Titans all about. And I'm just as excited as you are. I think for me is to really challenge you. You are our brand ambassadors. You are the face of Britam. Please go out there and be true ambassadors for this brand. You have my commitment to make this campaign a success, to streamline the processes on the back end, to make sure that over time we have structures and platforms that will enable you to be able to conduct business in an efficient manner. So with this, I'd like to now hand back to Njeri to begin to unveil what the Battle of the Titans is and all of the incentives that we have for you. Once again, you do have our commitment and our support through this entire campaign. Thank you very much, and back to you, Jerry.
Thank you very much, Diane. And it's comforting, I think, for us in distribution, because Diane is in charge of IT operations and anything that is around the customer, even the product development aspects of the business. So for you, her commitment really is more than, it's the best commitment we could possibly have, even as we're in front of the customer, that whatever you're going to promise and whatever you're going to commit is going to be achieved. And as she mentions, there's a lot of work she's currently doing together with her team to make sure that your experience is better, that you are supported better, because this for us, and as we say, even as we go on campaign mode, at the end of the day, the real experience for the customer is once they do come in, that they do get what you committed. Now, a bit of background about where we are today. As you all know, Britam is #1 market leader in life insurance. And often we like to say it's in East and Central Africa. In Kenya, we have a market share of 24% within the ordinary life space. We now have a 27% market share within the unit-linked space, which is also in position 1. And we continue to work on all our areas to make sure that we become #1. And that is only achievable with your support. So for us, that remains one of the key areas. We want to remain #1. Being #1 is important, because it means when the customer is speaking to you and you're asking, where do you rank? Where is Britam ranked within the entire scope of the insurance market? When you respond and say we are #1, then that makes the environment a lot easier. So ours continues to be an environment where we want to defend our #1 position. We want to retain #1 in ordinary life, but we also want to achieve #1 in general insurance. We want to achieve #1 within our asset management business, and that is possible with you. The other area is when we look at how we are doing today, as much as we are market leader, the other interesting statistic is over 50% of our customers are education policy customers. Now, for those of us on this call, if you are a parent, you know that education is that cost you can't do without. You can avoid it, but once a child is in school, they're essentially in school for around about 25 years. So you're going to be paying and paying continuously, and which is why education becomes a very emotional conversation for every parent. It enables that child to remain competitive, and therefore an area we are doing quite well. But when we do go to the market, and if you look at social media platforms, people do not know Britam is #1. People do not know that Britam is #1 in education. People do not know that we're actually taking a market lead in this area. So we want to take a very aggressive position in letting the market know, actually, most of the insurance policies within the Kenyan market are from Britam, sold by financial advisors. And therefore, we want to take a commanding lead in this area to ring-fence it, to make sure it is an asset that we can say, in this market, nobody else speaks to education savings like Britam does, and which is what informs the campaign that we will be running. Now, down to the Battle of the Titans. You have sent us your battle cry. You are going to be going to market. But even as we unveil the great incentive we have here for you, I'll tell you this campaign has 3 key aspects. As Diane has mentioned, we'll be going above the line. We are going to the market with a heavy campaign. We are calling it a thematic campaign on owning the education space. We want that any education conversation happening in any house is going to be around Britam, and that makes it easier for you. So you'll see a lot of adverts on television, on radio. There's going to be a lot of noise that is going to be going on around Britam and education, and Britam as an education market leader. The other component is going to be on-ground activations. This time, unlike any other campaign we've had before, while you're hearing it on Maina and Kingangi, it will also be on the ground with you so that you get an opportunity to convert the customer when they do hear it. We're going to be on local radio stations. We're going to be on national radio stations. So as they hear about it, you're going to be there to have that conversation. And we are going to be working with the different branches to set up different activation points to make sure that we are selling right at the point where it's happening. But the third thing is the incentive, making it real value for money. So the battle of the titans is here. And are you ready? Are you ready, Britam Financial Advisors? Are you ready for the biggest FA incentive campaign we have rolled out in quite a while? The battle of the titans is here. And here we are. Tetemesha Soko sales campaign is here. We are going big and we are going regional. While we have always done national, this time every region is going to have an opportunity to win. So if you are an FA in Western region, you will be competing within the Western region. If you are in Nairobi North region, you will be competing in Nairobi North region. And what's up for grabs? Position 1, we're going to be giving a double door fridge. Side by, when you talk about 2-door, we're not talking about up and down. We're talking about where you can open it. You know, it's almost like walking into a wardrobe. It's a walk-in closet. We want to put this item in your house. When you come from those very long sales calls, you know, the heat and this heat that's been there, we want you to be able to just go, you know, to that small tap there and get some ice cubes. So at least you can actually cool off. And this is going to be sitting in your house for position 1. Position 2, we want you to watch live in big screen, 55-inch screen TV, flat screen TV, smart TV. You can't afford to miss this. And if I have any football fans watching this morning, please, this is where you watch. And for those of us who watch soaps and watch movies and watch Afro cinema and watch, you know, you really can plug into all those, and YouTube, because this screen is going to be able to give you that. And also for us, we'll be giving a 4-burner gas cooker. We'll be giving a 4-burner gas cooker. Gentlemen, if your wife has been asking you why you're still cooking with charcoal or Ameko, this is your opportunity. Sell. This is for you. You really cannot miss this one. Don't plan on buying. Don't budget. This one should be in your house. So every region is going to be competing. Every region is going to have the side door fridge. Every region is going to have a flat screen TV. Every region of the 6 regions is going to be having a Ramton's gas 4-burner cooker to be able to make your meals worthwhile. And if you don't win those top prizes, we also want to make life a lot easier. There are consolation prizes which we'll give out every month. And again, this is going to be at regional level within our 6 regions. So you're battling within your levels, but I want to be able to see as we look overall which region will come out tops. We will be giving out Samsung Galaxy tablets. You know, you use FA portal, you're in front of the customer, you know, we want to upgrade you. So work on winning this, and you can be a new FA who just joined last week. You actually have an opportunity to qualify and have that tablet to use for your sales activities. We are moving from what we are calling physical selling, and yes, I know there is digital, but we are now looking at what we are calling phygital. It is physical, I will sell to you, but I have a digital tool which has analytics and make it easier for me to sell to you. So we're going to be giving you the tablets to enable you to do that. Microwaves, when you have that meal, you want to eat in a hurry because you have a couple of sales calls, that's what you need. And even for those who go and knock in the evening for their wives to open the door and warm the food, you know, and make her life easier. The microwave, she needs it, she deserves it, so make sure she gets it. And again, shopping, we're going to be giving consolation prizes of shopping vouchers every single month to you. And again, these are going to be competed for at a regional level. Over 70 winners within this campaign, over 70 winners. Surely you have to win. 75 winners, as we are calling it, Tetemesha Soko. We have geared, we have gone down, found out where the markets. Now we need the market to feel it. We are going to be shaking it. Yes, we will be on radio and TV. We will be talking about education. We'll be talking about our market leadership. Yes, we'll be on ground, but we want to shake the market. And essentially that is, and that's really going to be the education policies. 75 winners, over 2 million worth of prizes, every region. We have never done this before. Every region will have its own jackpot. Every region has all of these winners, so make sure you win. And again, as you said, if you're number 1, number 2, and number 3, you carry the big wins for this campaign. The campaign runs from today, 7th of October, until 31st of January. 7th of October, if you can note down those dates, these are, you know, life-changing dates. 7th of October to 31st of January 2022, for us to be able to get you this thing. So you want a double door fridge? This is your opportunity. Don't budget for it. Let us buy it for you by you just going out, speaking to that customer, and giving them the one thing they need more than anything, an education policy with Britain. Right? So are you excited? Please type on the comments. Let us see what you're saying. Who is carrying the fridge home? Who needs that fridge? Who needs it more than anyone? Who, we ask spouses, who needs a microwave? So make sure it's there. Who needs to, who needs to stop smelling of smoke when they're trying to go? The perfume can't hide the smoke. You need that cooker. So you absolutely must win this. So who's winning this? Who are we seeing do this in each of these regions? Please put it in the comments. We want to see each one of you and who is winning, and be able to get a feel of who is really in this. Now, before I invite Joseph Waithaka to give us a call, I just want to check on 2 or 3 of us who are on the call to get a feel of are you winning this? And are you ready? Are you ready to win this? If I can see you, I have Josephat Mwakondo. Are you there? Josephat Mwakondo? Are you on the call? You're part of the Jabalis. Are you ready?
Oh, yes, I'm more than ready. Ready to win.
You're more than ready. Which one is yours?
Oh, definitely the first prize. I want to go for the double door fridge. But I've always wanted that. And I know I can afford it, but if someone is going to buy it for me, I want it for free. And I'm going to win it. Yes, I can afford one, but if someone is going to buy it for me, I'm going for the one Britain is going to buy for me.
Absolutely. I like that. You can afford it, but it's better if someone else can buy it for you.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
And you are in the hottest region in this country. Yeah, Mombasa is hot. So you definitely could do with that double door fridge.
It will come in very handy. It will come in very handy.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to ask, thank you, Mwakondo. I also want to speak to our Ephraim. Ephraim is currently the leading unit manager this year. Ephraim, how are you? Are you sure you'll be up for this, your team? What are your thoughts, Ephraim?
Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning, Ephraim.
And good morning. Is it morning or still afternoon? It's morning, huh? And good morning to the team. I just want to tell Mr. Mwakondo that prize number 1, that's my prize. So maybe he can...
Each region has one.
Oh. So position number 1, I'll take position number 1, Jerry. And I'm so much excited for this opportunity. It was an ambush. Actually, I just received this text message yesterday at night, actually past midnight, from Joseph Waithaka. But I'm ready to take position number 1 in Nairobi region, actually South region, led by Mr. Rinchari. So I think that's what I have for now. Unless you have a question or clarification, I think that's what I was supposed to say.
Could you take a minute and just tell us, you have done so well this year. You are the leading unit in the country. What 1 or 2 tips would you give any unit manager on this call who's wondering, how do I do it? How are you doing it?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jerry, for that question. I think for me, what I can say, what I can say first, in everything that I do, I always put God first. In everything that I do, I put God first. That's number 1. Number 2 is discipline. Because in this career, and actually that's what I've put on my profile, discipline can take you far where motivation cannot take you. Because majority of us are only looking to be motivated. We come here, we are promised, you'll get this and this, but they don't have that discipline. So for me, discipline is a key factor in my career. I've been so disciplined, even how I'm learning my unit. I have to create time for my unit, and I have to create time for prospecting. Because as I've been telling Mr. Waithaka, who is my role model, I remember even when Mr. Waithaka was a branch manager, he was a unit manager at one point, he was a branch manager, but he was always at the top. And for me now, because Mr. Waithaka have left this space of being an FA, I want to take that position that I'll become that unit manager who will always be a coach. At the same time, I'm leading my team. I'll be an example to my team. So I want to lead from the front. So that's number 2. Number 3, I always believe in myself. I always believe in myself. Even when I'm going to the field, I always say, because I don't want to forget the basic. I don't want to forget where I came from, because I started from somewhere. And actually, this one thing I've been trying to motivate my team, especially the season they face. Because sometimes we tend to forget where we've come from. That time, Ephraim couldn't, that time I didn't have a confidence that I can go to any office, I can knock to any office. Today, because I have that confidence, why can't I go back to the basic? How did I do it that time? That time I could buy myself a nice suit, but I used to go and prospect. So what I've decided, even right now, I'm going back to the basic. I've not matured in this career, because what have happened to quite a number of us, we've matured, because we know even if we don't issue a business this month, at the end of the month, we still get our commission. So that's now point number 3. Finally, then I have passion for this career. I'm very passionate. To me, selling insurance is something I do it with a lot of fun and a lot of passion, because I always say, why should I go and start another business? This is what I know best. I've done this business for so many years. Why should I go and start opening another business, which I don't have an experience? So what I've decided with my passion is just to perfect what I've been doing. Every day I perfect my way of presentation. How do I approach my clients? So for me, I have passion for this business. And about passion, then there's something I called about hardworking. Because, I've mentioned 4 pointers. Discipline, believing in myself, passion, and finally, hard work. Because there's no way you can have passion and you are not working. I work hard. I wake up in the morning, I do my meetings with my team. When we have meeting like twice in a week, in the morning by 7, I'm doing this meeting, I'm done by this time. I have to plan my day, so I work hard. And sometimes I remember I was sharing with the team this morning. Sometimes I always find myself, even I'm in the house by 8:30. I'm waiting for a client, a meeting client at that time. I remember this one time, even my wife was complaining that he can't remember the last time he saw my face during the day, because I'm waking up very early in the morning and I'm coming back at night. So, and finally, it's about integrity. For me, integrity is my second name in this business. There's one thing I've learned: you don't need to close a business because you are twisting a client. Let the client understand. It's the way you present yourself to a client. Because I've decided, because I work with a network, I get a lot of referrals from my existing clients, those clients that I sold policy like 8 years ago, 10 years ago. So to me, integrity is something I don't compromise with. I meet my client, I'll tell them the truth. I don't go to talk to my client and sell objections. A client is asking me, Ephraim, suppose I take this policy today and I want to, and I'm not in a position to continue contributing after 2 years. This is a way I'll answer that question to my client without lying, but I'm telling them, I cannot tell this client, what, Mr. Client, in case you don't pay your premium for 2 years, you lose all your premiums. That's not how I tell my client, but I'll tell them we have so many options in Britain. If you're not in a position to pay for your premium, maybe for a period of 1 year, even after 1 year, you can come back and continue with your policy. Because we have so many things that we are doing, we have the redating and everything. So to me, integrity have really taken me far. And I want to encourage this team for the sake of our persistence in this business. Because I always say, anytime I have a lapse, it's a genuine lapse. All my lapses are genuine. I've never lapsed a policy because the client, maybe after some time, he met another person from Britain and he realized the product that he or she was given, it was a product which, someone promised him that in case you want your money in the next like 2 years, you'll get back 100%. My lapses are very genuine. And actually what I've been doing, I've already started that. Some of my clients will ask for policy like 2 years ago when COVID started. Already those clients have already started reviving their policy. And finally is customer service. I'm always with my client. And I want to tell you, people in this group, I have many people who've met my client, and it's very hard for you to sell a policy to my client because I always keep in touch with all my clients. So I think that's what I have for today. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Jerry, for this opportunity. And I believe I'll continue learning more from my colleagues. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I think you've all just gotten a cheat sheet from Ephraim on how to make sure you are winning in Tetemesha Soko. And last but not least, I want to request Mercy Mwangi. Mercy Mwangi is on the call. Mercy is the leading FA this year, has done some commendable business. Again, even as we prepare to win, I think these stars need to tell us, how have you gotten here? And are you still going after these big wins as we start today on 7th? Is Mercy on the call?
Yes.
Mercy, are you there?
I am in.
Great. Mercy, how are you?
Yes. I am very happy.
Please turn on your camera. We'd like to see you. Are you there?
Jerry, am I visible now?
Not yet, not yet. It actually shows the camera is locked.
I am trying to unlock it. I don't know what's happening with it. Just a second.
Okay, as you,
can you allow me
to,
let me log in with another device.
Great. As Mercy is sorting that out, I want to keep saying, do we have any winners who's going for the TV? Who's going? Can I see it on the comments? Any winners we can see on who's going for it? We're going to take your word for it and make sure that you are that winner, even as we get ready this morning. As Mercy is sorting that out, I want to introduce the head of the FA and branch network to tell us about what is our goal. These are big prizes. What is our goal? What are we going to be trying to achieve? So at this juncture, I want to invite Joseph Waithaka to speak to us this morning. Joseph, we have heard a lot about you from Ephraim. Over to you. Joseph, are you there?
Yeah, someone can, thank you, Jerry, and someone can help me to be on video.
All right, I can see it's also not come up yet. Your video is not up yet.
Yeah, it's giving a hybrid of let me see whether that is going to happen.
Does the host have to?
Okay, if the host can check, it's still showing Ephraim.
The host can check, and maybe this is the same problem that Mercy is experiencing.
All right, as we put up the video, welcome Joseph and speak to the team and also take us through what are our goals for Tetemesha Soko. Joseph, over to you.
Yeah, it is a beautiful good morning to all of us. This is Waithaka, the head of the FA network. Even as we go through the challenges in the network, I am listening to all the earlier speakers of the day, and what is crossing my mind is that if you are not growing, something must really be happening. And I don't want to say what is the reverse of not growing, but when I'm looking at this campaign, I think we're basically talking about growth. We are talking about really market focus. We are talking about how we are going to sit and have brand differentiation, how we are going to go to the market with quite high profile personal branding, and how we are going to differentiate our education policies. And I think that is what is really going to make us really be able to grow, even as we want to double the placement of education. I think somebody is telling me to, let me see. It is not happening yet. So here we are talking about the Battle of Titans. It is Tetemesha Soko. It is winning the unique premium prizes. But for me, I want to start my address this morning and saying that as we start this, are you willing to double your appetite? Are you willing to double your hunger for success? Are you willing to refine your strategies even as you plan to double your target in terms of placement of education policies? And are you willing to refine your strategies? But more importantly, because we have not so much time left, we are talking about the speed of execution. And when we talk about this, we are looking at it, how many of us are willing to double their income? And in the effort of doubling your income, you will certainly position yourself to win the big premium awards that have been floated by Jerry in not too long ago. Now, what is our target? We basically want to double the placement of our education policies. And we are currently at about 800 million in terms of API. Where when we say we want to double this, we are saying that we need to get this to 1.6 billion in terms of education policies. And what are some of our education policies? We have the Boresha Elimu, we have the Musigipoa, we have the Erimbola that is not sold to many. It used to be my flagship product. And we have Super T+, which is a very old and a very good education policies. The big question is, you cannot double the sales in this product if you don't understand the product knowledge too well. So if you think you have some knowledge gap in Boresha policy, you think you have a problem in Musigipoa, you think you have a problem in Super E+, I think it is a high time that you really position yourself and get to talk to your branch manager, talk to your unit manager, and even reach out to the trainers so that they can be able to help you to understand this product, because there's nothing as important as going to the market when you understand what is the product differentiation, what is the uniqueness between Boresha Elimu and Musigipoa, what is the differentiator of Super E+ and Boresha Elimu, what's the differentiator between Erimbola and Super E+. So unless you know what are the unique features that are going really to resonate with your target market, it is going to be very difficult for us to double the sales of our education product. So our goal here is that we must all go out, not necessarily to double the sales, but with an intention of doubling our income. If you look at the various regions, where they are, we have Nairobi South, we have Nairobi North, Rift Valley, we have Mount Kenya, we have Western Nyanza, and then we have Coast. And you can see the current API and the current number of policies. If you look at Nairobi South, that is where they are, at about 186 million, we need to double that. If you look at Nairobi North, we are at 162 million, we need to double that. If you look at Rift Valley, 100 million, we need to double that to about 200 million. If you look at Mount Kenya, we have 69 million, and that need to double to 138. 51 million for Western Nyanza, we need to double that to about 103. And we have, this is a Coast at 34 million. We need to double that. We need to double that to 69 million. And overall, we will need to double that API to 1.2 billion. We are going to double the numbers. We are going to double the API. We are going to double our activities. We are going to double our strategies. We are going to double our appetite. We are going to double our hunger for success. And more importantly, double and refine our strategies, and of course, execute with laser focus and improve on our speed of execution. Are you going to be part of the people that are going to support us to double the number? Certainly, I want to believe that we are all together in this. Our support. We want to leverage on our strong heritage to reinforce Britam as a leader in educational space. And I know this is an area that we have done too well, and I know the earlier speaker spoke to this, and we still want to distance ourselves from the other. I don't like referring to them as our competitor. I like referring to them as other providers, because I don't think we are competing with anyone in this space. But after this campaign, we will sit in a position where we are going to stand out of the crowd in the insurance space and in the educational space. And I think with the kind of the network that we have, we believe you are capable, we believe nyinyi tosha, and you are equal to the challenge. We want to soften the ground for the salespeople, and by keeping Britam education policies top of mind through the various channels. We have above the rain campaign, we are going to have the TV. Jerry spoke to this, the radio, the digital channel, and the outdoor, you'll find a lot of billboards. And below the line campaign, we are going to have a lot of on-ground activation, and we are going to support you so that we have a huge presence until everyone in the ground is wondering what is happening. Is there any other insurance company? So I'm challenging all of us from wherever you are. Can you just make sure that you make any other provider very relevant in the space that you sit, whether they are in a university, whether it is in the PCTSC market, whether it's in the county government, whatever that one is, and you just make sure our presence is felt. And the internal FA competition, we have these incentive awards that are coming through. I like what Mwakodo said, that he has always been anticipating and looking forward to have a double door fridge. And here it is for you. Don't Mwakodo, what is going to hold you? Anyone else who is listening to me this morning, what is going to hold you? I like what Ephraim said, that since I have left the sales, he wants to plug in my footstep and outdo me. And you just earmark somebody that you want to outdo just in the course of this campaign. So let's partner together and let's hit it big. Let's double our numbers.
All right, thank you very much. Joseph, you can hear the passion, the energy, and I think even the team here is convinced we are going for doubling those numbers. That is without a doubt. We are going for double. Thank you very much, Joseph. Under your leadership, we have absolutely no doubt that this is going to be achieved. I now want to request Mercy, if you're now on, we'd like to hear, are you doubling? You have done some very good API. What are you feeling? Looking at this and saying, I should have brought the business later in the year, maybe these items are mine. But we are starting again, 7th of October. Tell us, what are you feeling, Mercy?
Yes, thank you, Jerry. I'm super excited on this launch of the competition. It's true. That thought crossed my mind that business should have come in now, but it's an opportunity to also grow myself and go out there and still bring more business home. So the competition has come in at a very timely time, and I'm really glad. And it's actually charging me also to go out there and increase the effort that I had put in and see what I can bring home. Today, I want to speak about my experience through the whole process and my 15 years experience in Britam. When I started off, I never imagined that I knew there was a feeling inside me that I'm going to make it in insurance, and it had to work. but I didn't imagine that it was going to come to this level that it has come to, which I am truly grateful to God. And so first of all, I want to say that supreme being called God has brought me to this part, and I'm truly, truly happy that he chose to bless me during this time and in this space. Now, as I was going through the many years experience, at some point, I felt like I wanted to give up. So if you're out there and you're feeling like you want to give up, it's very normal. It's a phase. And I know when God is molding you, sometimes the molding is not very sweet. So at times when things are not working out, you start feeling like, am I really doing it? Just keep remembering the achievements that you've achieved in the past, the places that you've been, the many milestones that you've grown into, and it gives you the energy. That is what has kept me hanging in here. I remember about last year but one, at some point I even gave my boss, Mr. Karanja, my resignation letter, and he told me, you're not going anywhere. That time I was feeling like I've given insurance my best. I think it's about time I start something else. Then I even had a conversation with Mr. Waithaka, and I told him, I think I feel like my time in insurance is up. And then he asked me a question, which is what I want to ask all the people that are listening to me and maybe in that space right now. What is this that you're going to do that will not require your input? Everything else that you're going to do, whether you're going to open a kiosk, it will require you to wake up in the morning, go to the market, bring whatever needs to be brought home, and still work. So if whatever you're going to try out there still requires your input, even in here, it requires your input. So that input is what is very important. Once you realize that you can do it and you do not have another option, don't give yourself an option out there. Tell yourself that this is doable, it will be doable, because there's power in a confessed word. Like the other speakers have already said, love what you do. Let people call you Mercy wa Insurance, Jerry wa Insurance, Stanley wa Insurance. Every time there's someone who was even being asked my other name, and they said, I only know her as Mercy wa Insurance. They don't even know my other name, because I constantly talk to everyone around me about what I do. And along the way, I met these clients that came and became my friends, and I kept my tabs on them. So when their financial status changed, I had to change with them. And this is one big lesson that I've learned. Even when issues don't go the way you wanted, maybe the client at some point got financially strained, they're not able to pay for their policies, and maybe the policy has lapsed. It's not about time for you to run away from that client. That's the time you need to become that client's friend, so that they feel that they have a friend in you, despite them not even paying the premiums. I have clients that have also lapsed policies, but they're my friends. So when that client has maybe a wedding coming up, or maybe they have a demise in the family, I will try my level best. Even if I won't attend physically, I'll do my contribution, or maybe even attend a meeting. When you do that, you give a client a different experience, that they feel you're not only there for the sake of them being able to pay the premiums for when it continues, when the policy continues. And the other bit that I have also learned through the whole 15 years, always keep reevaluating your clients' needs. Because if you sold, let's say, a Supai, sorry?
Continue.
Yes, if you sold a Supai to a client like 5 years ago, maybe that time they only had one child. Now they've gotten another child. That's an opportunity for you to sell another policy to them. Or maybe when they were buying, they didn't even have a car. Now they have a car. So you are able to cross-sell to them and sell another product to them. When you are constantly keeping your tabs on those clients, you are there during their milestones. As they are growing, they grow with you. From experience, this big account that I brought home, competition came in. The other people came in to also pitch for their product. And at some point, it looked like the whole account was going to the competition. But amongst the people that were the decision makers, someone just tried to reason with them and asked them, kwa nini tunabadilisha mama? We've had Mercy for the last 10, 15, 12 years with her. And we've seen the processes, the way she's been with us throughout the whole journey, even when they were not at the financial level that they are in now. So now that God has blessed us to come to this financial level, why are we going to the competition? Why are we moving to another person? And when that conversation came up, I actually took it up and reminded them that in the same institution, 3 people are deceased. They died in the course of the duration that I've been with them. And I went all the way to Eldoret, I went all the way to Kisumu, I went all the way to Makueni for the funeral. And I made sure that I am visible. So when I reminded them that, they were like, by the way, it's true. It's true, you've been with us and we've grown together. So I think it's prudent that we reevaluate now the product on the facts, not just, because the first basis was, it's about time we move, which is normal for clients. Even when a client wants to renew their motor vehicle insurance, they might feel they want to go to the competition and renew there and see what the competition is offering. What is that unique bit that you as the financial advisor is giving this client such that they feel, even if I really wanted to move, there's something extra I got from this person and I feel comfortable staying with them. So that bit of reevaluating your client is a big lesson that I learned. And most importantly, always sell with the client's needs in mind. I know we have products that pay us 40%. We have products that pay us 10%. We have products that pay us 20%. We have products that also pay us 3% and others 0.0 something percent. So most often, from a financial advisor's perspective, you'd be tempted to convince the client to move. You know the need for the client is, let's say, a money market need, but you're convinced to move this client from money market to a money back because money back is giving you 40%. Now, the downside about that, you will get the commissions maybe the first year, the second year. Then, because the clients need maybe a 3-year term or a 5-year term need, when that time comes, they need their money. You cannot give them the money. So when they start doing the surrender, they're losing. And then when they lose, you lose out. If there was a bigger sale that was going to come in from that client, it would not come. I'd like us to do some small maths as I conclude. If you get 20% of 20 million vis-a-vis 40% of 2 million, who is earning more? Who's serving the client in a good way? Because this client that you've sold to 20 million and you're getting 20% from, you're getting more commissions from them. And along the way, because you've met that need, all these other needs, they will have a need for an education policy, they will have a need for a motor vehicle, they will have a need for a long-term saving like a pension. It opens up a bigger portfolio for you, other than when you just close yourself and sell the 40% because you are looking for the commissions. But most importantly, keep the client above everything else, because when the client feels appreciated, they will appreciate you in return. Trust you me, the businesses that have issued after the 30 million, most of it is not even from the same people, but it is from their networks, because now they have seen the promise that I promised 5 years ago when I was selling to them Singapore. It's come to be. They're not paying the premiums. They're getting the bonuses now 5 years down the line. So there's a trust that I've built with them that will move me to the space. And even in the bigger space, as they grow and grow bigger, I will also grow bigger with them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mercy. I mean, wow, some real words there. And you see, it's still coming back to the customer. We get it right with the customer, we get it right. Joseph, I can now see you're on. Is there anything you want to add to what Mercy has said? What is consistent, listening to everyone who's doing very well? You know, you really must make the customer the center of your sales strategy.
Thank you, Jerry, and listening to Mercy, what is really getting into my mind, and I'll take you back to my sales career. I have never walked into anyone's office to tell them that I'm Waithaka from Britain, but I leverage on my network. Wherever I am, it is an opportunity to sell. And sometimes we get a misconception that a market must be an institution. I keep saying that man by making is a social animal. And if you want to sound a little bit learned from the Western, you can say a human being is a gregarious animal. And wherever you are, tell people what you do. And I really like particularly the ministers of the Word of God. Wherever they are, they tell you who they are. I am Pastor so and so. I minister for this church. I want to ask you this morning, which is your church? Your church is sales. And you must be able to leverage on good network. I keep selling, and selling because the need of a client is changing, their income bars are increasing day by day. I want to give this example. One of my big clients was a hawker. And I sold him the first policy of 978. And I'm not sure many of us who are in the current space may understand that. That was a money back, and I think that was about the minimum premium then. But over time, we have continued growing together. And now he is a heavy investor, and he is paying me premium in excess of $100. And he has more than 8 policies that I have sold over time. And I want to tell you that if you want to succeed in this business, can you thrive on relationship, customer service? Not once, not twice. I have seen a salesperson visit one of my clients with a product that I have not pitched my client. But after you make the sale, you make the presentation, the client calls me and tells me, I listened to one of your salespeople, and he presented me a product that I like. We have no relationship. Please just present the papers. I think is a product that I want to sign, and I only want to sign it with you. So when you are good, other people become your salespeople. They even sell products to people, to clients that you have not pitched to them. So I want you to really take care of your clients. Not once, not twice. Some of our clients have been very open to me, telling me, my wife is expectant, so you can start preparing paperwork. They even become very personal. My wife is expectant. There is a product for you. I want to wish you all the very best, even as you go to double the educational policies. Thank you, Jerry.
I couldn't have put it better. Thank you very much. What a powerful way to end. So how are you going to win? I think I've summarized it in a very simple way. Think about the customer. Customer is going to be how you win. The other thing we were told is about discipline. You are going to go out, we are going to do it and hit it hard. There is no, if you start slowly, maybe it will not come as quickly. We have had the issue of passion. It's going to be something we do passionately. And yes, if you want to do side hustles, it will steal from you, and no, that double door fridge is not going to be yours. We can see from Zoom a couple of the comments. I can see Paul is saying he's going for the top prize. Paul, go for it. Today is day one. There is nobody else ahead of you. It's day one. So please start and issue today. Kimani Mahugu, I believe this is one of the game changers. You said you're going for the prize. Which one? Are you going for the fridge? Are you going for the cooker? Are you going for the TV? Which one of those three do you really want? Violet, we can see you said your fridge has some rust. Yes, you must. You cannot be a financial advisor. Just repeat that with me. Financial advisor with rust on your fridge. This you deserve. So make sure that production is there so that it can be yours. Janet Mogire, Titans. I can see you're excited. Janet, you can do this. Let us feel the Titans run for this, because it is going to be within your region and you can win this. Wangare says that you've come at the right time, a very opportune time, especially when some are losing momentum. Wangare, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Yes, where others may already be slowing down and not seeing opportunity, you are, go for it. We are saying today there is no number one. Today is 7th of October. We are starting. Everybody is starting at 0. This is open to everyone. We've asked the top performers to speak so they can give you an early cheat sheet so that you know what to do. So you already have, the plan in advance of how you can run ahead. So start today. I can see Leah is saying she's sending out a shout out to Nairobi North, the game changers. on Operation Double Double. You are doubling, and you're doubling your education policies. Lillian Jogu, you're saying you're ready to win and make more money. Lillian, you know, we haven't even spoken about commission yet. We're just at what we are giving you. So you really must win. And I hope you get to win one of those tablets. Kimani says, you said you're going for the fridge. Go for it. Go for it. Don't stop. And there's also somebody else saying, I'm coming for the fridge. The fridge. In fact, you said, fridge, I'm coming for you. I'm sure it has had. Come for it. There is nothing that is going to stop you from coming for it. I can see we have a couple of questions which I want to put to, I want Stanley to be able to go through the questions and ask. And I can also see there's also a question from Hamilton for Diane. So I'm sure we'll be fielding those as we go. So to the questions, I believe we can begin to look at the questions, and I'll request that Stanley Thuo will handle that for us.
All right, thank you, Njeri. I'm feeling like saying, like Jeff Koinange says, oh my, it's hot up in here. I wish we had an extinguisher just to cool off the heat. There's a lot of excitement coming through, and it's really good to see that, because that's what we wanted to create with this competition. I'm seeing a question from Naomi, wants to know if someone can win more than one award.
I think the easy answer is yes. If someone has, if you're in, it's a console, the monthly prizes, you can win in the monthly prizes and still qualify at the end. So start now, so that if you want the tablets, if you want the shopping vouchers, you know, if you want the microwave, then you win those, and then at the end of the period, you still win the big wins. All right, great. Thank you for that. I'm not seeing any other question, though I've just logged in. Yeah, additional questions. I can see a question from Hampton. So I'm mostly seeing the comments. Please put those questions. If you have any questions, keep putting them in the comments. If you have put your question earlier, you can post it again so that we can see that and respond. But even as we wait for the questions, and I'm sure they'll be streaming through, I think one of the things that came through for me from the conversations with Ephraim and Mercy was the fact that they have been working with their clients every step of the way. They have been living the slogan that we always keep saying. It's through the good times and the bad times, not just when the client is doing well, but also when the client is in distress, and many clients are in distress right now during this difficult situation. So you don't abandon them. You work with them through this period, and when the tide changes, you will be there to get the returns. Somebody else has asked a question. This is Wangare. Is the competition purely on the education plans? Yes. So it is Somesha na Britam, Tetemesha Soko. It is purely on the education plans, because as we have said, we want to put ourselves as the brand leader as far as the education space is concerned. We are the market leader in ordinary life, but if you had the opening remarks, we did say that not many of our clients out there or the population out there knows that we are the ones who are leading in that education space. So we want to come out strongly and double the education plans that we have through the sales that are going to come through. So yes, it is strictly on education plans only. And Waithaka did go through them. Boresha Elimu, Elimu Bora, Msingi Poa, and Super E+. Great, another question from Lillian Jogu. Kindly expound on what the company has in store on the activations. Kindly expound on what the company has in store as far as the activations are concerned. I can take that. You can look at, we're going to be setting up, we're working with a marketing agency, which will work with the different branches to set up activations in the different towns. We are beginning with Nairobi. We will then also do Nakuru. We will be moving region per region. The idea is you will help us identify the spots we are setting up. They will help us with making sure, because it's a physical activation, they will help us with setting up the COVID sanitization zone, checking temperature, and then they come and meet you, the financial advisor, at the stand and sell the product. So that is the idea, that it will be our financial advisor at the stand, picking the leads and following up the closes after after the activation is done. So that is how the activations are going to be done. You are, or rather the branches are taking a lead on the locations. We will only manage the setting up and only manage the people, the flow that is coming. The agencies will also work with us so that there's crowd pooling activities that make people want to come and talk to you, the financial advisor at the stand. So we are going to be enabling that because that is the real conversion point. My ask to all of you, if you get a lead, we are asking for you to be accountable and tell us that I got this lead, I'm following up, or I'm closing, and this is the stage I am at. That is what we're going to keep insisting on. So at the end of the day, we are able to see how can we continue growing this, and is it effective, and how can it continue to do more for you. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you, Jerry. I'm not seeing any other questions coming through, but are you picturing that? I hope you can see that picture. You can imagine you're in Kisumu branch, then there's a trailer that has come through to do a ground activation, and people are playing Ohangla music, and a big crowd has come there. Of course, you know that you cannot sell education plans to such a big crowd, but then we will be having an activation tent where you're there as financial advisors, and people are coming and sharing their numbers, and then you can have the appointments, give them brochures and tokens, branded items, and then have the meetings, the individual meetings, so that you can be able to have these plans. So there's the whole softening of the ground and creating the awareness and the noise, and then you can follow up and close these sales. So I think Hamilton has asked the question. I had asked Diane, being the IT product specialist, can she work on products like the Mana to indicate real maturity value at 320%? Perhaps I can respond to that because Diane is overseeing the entire customer experience from marketing to IT and HR and everything else in between. But as far as this is concerned, this is something to do with our FA portal and the way it was designed. Some gaps as far as the FA portal. We already have sent the enhancements to the enhancement requirements to the vendor, and that will be coming through, if not this quarter, early next year, so that then not only do we have a better experience as financial advisors as far as the FA portal is concerned, but you're also able to do better quotations, looking better. The interface is much better, and the client gets to see everything that has been outlined. We've gotten a lot of feedback in the last 1 year, last couple of years, as far as the enhancements you require for the FA portal, and this is one of them. We are aware that the Damana product does not show the maturity in the way that it should in the FA portal, so that's being worked on, Hamilton and team. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stanley, for taking us through that Q&A. Wangare, we have noted your comment. You want e-flyers? I'll tell you, we have a beautiful, I need to use our beautiful brochure coming up to you. It is an education brochure that combines all the 4 products that are there. It also compares the 4 products, so that when you're talking to a customer, you'll be talking to them once and you tell them this is the differentiation, this is how the 4 work. You'll get it as an e-brochure, but you'll also get it as a hard copy brochure as well, which is what you're going to use on the activations. There's also going to be a single flyer for each of the education products, just to make sure you sell better. So by the time we are done with tomorrow, you'll be able to receive all of this to be able to get you started and get you up and running. So that is coming to you. So again, after such an exciting time, not just listening to how we are winning double-door fridges, we've had you. The time starts now. Are you ready? Are you ready, Titans? The Jabal is ready. Icons, game changers, gold diggers, trailblazers. Are you there? And are you ready? Because I can tell you, we are ready. We have them actually. We have them. They're just waiting for you. Who is getting that tablet in the next few days? Because you have about what, 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks to the end of October. A very short time. Start now. We will keep giving you daily updates on who is ahead. A leaderboard, who is ahead in your region. So make sure no one is ahead of you, even as we start this great journey. So it is time to tetemesha soko. Titans, Battle of the Titans. Are you ready? This is the Battle of the Titans. We want to see what you play like as a team. I want to see how each one of us, when we are put to the test, are you the real team? Are you the real team? Do you have the team dynamics that enable you to play very well as a team? and we'll be able to see that over the coming days. So we are putting up those videos again. We want to be able to see, are we ready? We want to be able to see what are you telling us about who you are as a region, and we want to see all of you. Looking again to the Trailblazers, Team Captain Bernard Mwanzia. Over to you as you begin with your Trailblazers. Over to the Trailblazers. Indeed, yes, Tusonge Mbele, and we are going to be looking out for that over the coming weeks and seeing, are we seeing a trailblazing performance from the Trailblazers? Thank you. Over to Western Nyanza, the Gold Diggers, Team Captain Bernard Obonyo.
Diamond is forever. We are seen by the lake, and the lake where food is in abundance. We are not just strong and ready, we are all ready. Reach out to the hungry slaves. Baby, don't eat it. It is Western Nyanza. We are the God.
Indeed, people by the lake, we have had food is in plenty, so we want you to win because we want to come and celebrate there. When we will be coming to celebrate, we want to come and celebrate the winners there. So we are coming. And Gold Diggers, over to you. Let the game start today. Coast, the team Jabalis, the Jabalis, team captain Timothy Kirema, over to you. Indeed, and bravo. We are looking out for that kind of energy over the coming days. The Jabalis, all the best to you, and to the Rift Valley Titans with team captain Jacqueline Kitinga. Let us hear what you have for us. You can hear why it's called Rift Valley. You can only get an earthshake or an earth tremor, with that kind of energy. We are looking out for that energy over the coming days in the numbers. Nairobi South, the Icons, we're led by team captain Timothy Rintari. Over to you. Indeed, connected, coordinated, and committed. Quality at its best. Well done, and we'll be looking out for that exceptional performance from the Icons. And last but not least, Nairobi North, who are calling themselves the Game Changers, led by team captain James Githaiga. Indeed. Yeah, we have had, we do it big, you do it strong, you with God at the top, and of course nothing is going to stop you. Nothing can stop you. We have great insights this morning. It is time to tetemesha soko. It is time to roll out, to go out there. Big education is a big subject, biggest conversation on parents' mouths today. So it is time for us to help them plan for that education. So as before they talk to another financial advisor, make sure they are talking to you. Tetemesha Soko is now live. starting today, 7th October 2021 to 30th January 2022. And we look out to awarding you every single month, and even the big winners for the fridge, the TVs, and the cookers on 31st of January. Over to you, and all the best even as you begin this big journey.
All right, great. I think we're now coming to the end of this really exciting session. I'm feeling like I should have been going back to become an FA again and start selling all over again and win that fridge or that big screen. But we want to close with the closing remarks and also the vote of thanks from our head of FA and branch network, who is Joseph Waithaka. Joseph Waithaka, over to you. Joseph, are you there? All right, I guess not. So I believe I can hand over to Diane to close this session for us, give us the closing remarks, and then we can wind up the session, Diane.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This has been quite enjoyable. I just love the energy. I love the stories that are coming out, and just that we are listening to our customers and we're putting the customers at the center of what we're doing. Insurance is a very sensitive, personal, and emotive solution, and it's very much relational. You have to really build that relationship with the customer. You have to have that connection to be able to sell to them and to be able to truly understand what their needs are. So thank you for all of the stories. They are very touching stories. Let's continue to hear these stories, and let's bring them out. If you have a great and compelling story, bring that story out. Let's hear it. We'll soon be doing a lot of videos that we can share internally and even externally, just to hear what is happening out there. You guys are the ones who are hearing the stories from the clients. You guys are the ones who see the customers benefiting from the solutions that we provide to them. So bring those stories out to us, that we may hear them, that we may broadcast them, and that we may learn from it as well. Being with our customers every step of the way is indeed the reason why we are who we are as Britain. And so I continue to encourage you all to really get so close to your customers that you really know what they need. This campaign has already kicked off. You now see all the investment that we are putting into it. There's quite a bit of investment that's going to go out into the media, into the activations that are taking place. Prizes worth 2 million and above. And I want to challenge you guys. This time around, these prices are 2 million and above. Make this campaign successful. Double your policies to 18,000. 18,272 is the number that I saw out there. So let's make this successful so that when we run the next campaign, that we can even have more prices, 5 million and above, 10 million prices. What if we have a car out here, a Mercedes-Benz, and we say that if you make this campaign successful and we're able to continuously have very successful campaigns, then the prizes are limitless that will come out to you, and the incentives that will truly come out to you, come back to you. I think the one thing I'd like to urge everyone is integrity as we go into this campaign. Remember the customer, and please sell according to the customer's needs. Let's not have situations of mis-selling. And so please, I encourage everybody here to really take integrity very personal and at the heart of everything that they do and the conversations that you have with your clients. Center upon the customer. and we are here to support you from an operations perspective. I'm meeting with the heads of operations this afternoon and tomorrow as well, to just make sure that everything is aligned as we go out live into the market as well, that we have all the engine oiled on the back end. So thank you very much for the time that you've spent here. I wish you all the very best. Let this be a fruitful and exciting incentive campaign season. As you heard, it's going on until January, so you have plenty of time. The awards will be done on a monthly basis, and then the final awards, we will have an amazing award session at the end of this campaign. Thank you very much, and may God bless you all.